CEX, the game, what are they? They're sort of like a second-hand game and DVD shop in the UK. For those of you who don't know, you've probably seen them on your high street, maybe you've been in there a couple of times. Anyway, they've got a website. Why is this important now? Because they've just started dealing in certain retro games. Now, they've always had a retro game section on their website, and they've always sold different sort of retro games in the shops. But their retro section on the website used to be just Neo Geo, what is it, the Neo Geo X Gold or whatever it was. That you remember that shitty handheld thing with a base station where all the games were sort of coded poorly coded Neo Geo arcade ports. But they've jazzed up their website and they've started expanding their retro game range. They are now selling on their website Super Nintendo and Nintendo 64 stuff, consoles, games, blah 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 blah. But why this is good and why they are different from a lot of other online web resellers is there's not much tombola involved in what you actually get. Lots of other web retailers will have, I mean, if you type in Super Mario World, it will come up with, this is Super Mario World, this is the price, and then you press to buy it, and what may turn up, it could be a cartridge with an instruction book, with an elastic band around it to keep it all together, it could be a complete box thing, but it's luck of the draw. Now, what CEX have done on their site, which I like, which is a good thing, is they have separate SKUs and separate prices for cartridge only, boxed with instructions, or mint condition. Now, this does mean that the mint condition stuff is obviously going to be top whack, but I think it can only be a good thing, and it does pave the way for other retro game retailers to do the same. Now, at the moment, I haven't actually bought anything from their retro game section, purely because I would much rather use eBay and look at the actual photograph of the actual item that I'm going to get. But I may give it a go with a couple of the cheaper items. I may go for some of the cartridge only, because there's no getting away from that. What you get is what you get. So yeah. If I use that, I will let you know how it turns out. I just thought it was good news that stores are actually doing this. I know a lot of stores, a lot of retail stores in the US and on the continent and in Japan as well have been doing this for a very, very long time. But it's the first time I've seen a UK store doing it in this way. So if I ever use it, I will definitely tell everyone about it, and I will definitely tell them the experience about it. Whether in the future they go on to do your Sega games, your Game Boy games, your you know, it would be nice to maybe see some of the rarer Mega Drive games and Saturn games and things like that going on there at some point in the future. So yeah, that's basically this section is about CEX opening up their retro game website. And this is in no way a paid endorsement. I've used CEX for a lot of things. I use them primarily for PlayStation stuff, PlayStation 2 and 3 stuff, because they seem to have a massive stock of that. That they give away at reasonable prices, but it's the first time I've seen their retro section start to get a bit more up to grade. So they've not endorsed me to say this. This is not a paid promotion, but if you are collecting for those systems, it is definitely worth going and checking and seeing if they've got stuff in stock that you want, because it might be a lot easier and in some cases for cartridge only a lot cheaper than being outbid after outbid after outbid on eBay. And like I say, if I find something that's within my price range, I will definitely buy it off them.